Hey peeps, how's it all going out in this weight loss surgery community world? My name is Donna, also known as Schwigg, and I am coming back to you with my answers to the questions from my giveaway. I'm getting back into it, feeling better. I still have a little bit of this cold, but I thought, you know, I got to get back into these questions because there's quite a few of them left to answer. So before I get into it though, I want to tell you about the night I had last night. My husband is quite an outdoorsman, and I don't participate with most of his outdoor activities because I don't say I never liked them. I've always kind of been jealous that he's done them, but I never felt that I could do them, or I would keep, you know, I just wasn't capable. I was too big. I was too big to do the things that he was doing. Anyways, he wanted to go crabbing last night, and so he asked our youngest son to go with him, and he said no. And I could just see the disappointment on his face. Our son was busy, so you know it wasn't possible for him to go. But the disappointment on my husband's face was just like it just was gut wrenching. And I said to him, I said, "Well, I'll go with you." He looked at me like, "What? What?" I said, "Yeah, I'll go. If you want to go crabbing, I'll go with you." Now, it's not just a matter of you know, we go out into the ocean and you can go crabbing. This is done at night, so it's also a safety thing to have somebody else with you. But I'm telling you, you know, when I was heavier, there is no way you would have caught me tramping around in the Pacific Ocean in the snow at you know, 10 o'clock at night looking for crabs. You wouldn't have seen me do it on a nice sunny warm day, but anyways, so I told him I'd go, but we had a little bit of a dilemma. I didn't have any waders that would fit me. So we went to the store, Canadian Tire, and bought me some waders. They're super, super tight on me, but I figure, you know, in the next month or so, they'll fit better. They were tight enough that I was a little bit worried that if I fell, I wouldn't be able to get back up because I couldn't bend my legs enough. But I went out there, I had fun, I walked around the Pacific Ocean for a couple of hours, and we didn't see one crab. We're going back out on Wednesday night. It's supposed to be a super low tide on Wednesday, and so we're going to go back out then and try it again. And I am actually really looking forward to it. So anyways, I just wanted to share that with you because it was, that's a milestone for me. Anyways, okay, so I'm going to get back to these questions. Losing with Sarah asked, what is something you wish you'd known before surgery that you now know? Or what is your #1 best tip or advice you can give a newbie? Now, Losing It with Sarah had her surgery 2 weeks ago, I think. Unfortunately, I didn't get to this before her surgery, but for any other newbies, what my advice to you would be, do your homework. Do your homework. Watch as many of these videos as you can. Get to know other people's experiences. You're not going to have the same experience as everybody else, but there's going to be aspects of it that are the same. Not everybody gets the gas pain that you get when they fill your body cavity full of gas to be able to work in there to do your surgery, but a lot of people do. A lot of people get it up in their shoulder. It wasn't a surprise to me when I woke up and had this excruciating pain in my shoulder because I had heard so many people talk about it. That would be my #1 advice to any newbie is find out the facts about your surgery. I don't mean just on YouTube. I mean, you know, your doctor's office, question your doctor, do all of that kind of stuff. And really get to know what's going to happen and what to expect. Okay, so as far as what I wish I had known before, I think this is something that you really can't describe to anybody, but I wish I had known how I was going to feel about food afterwards. It's just really hard to describe how to before surgery, I would obsess about how I would never be able to eat a plate of nachos again, or I'd never be able to eat a bag of chips again or stuff like that. And you know, I know that if I really wanted to, I could, but the feeling isn't there most of the time. I personally don't get a lot of temptations, although if you've watched my videos in the last couple of days, you'll know that I did have one big temptation that I caved to. But that is the biggest thing, how I would feel about food afterwards. I have one other question. This is from Making McKenna Mini. She says, what was the last straw that made you have surgery? The last straw, I think it was my diabetic medication. My diabetic medication just kept going up and up and up and up, and taking more and more and more of it. And I was getting tired of it. I was getting, you know, I always took my medication. I almost never, maybe in a whole year, I might miss it twice, but I always took my medication religiously. But in order for me to keep my diabetic numbers down where they needed to be, my medication kept getting more and more and more, and the doctors would add more medications to it, and I was just feeling like crap all the time. That was the final straw for me, was my health, was my diabetes. Once I started looking into the surgery and realizing that this is actually weight loss surgery and not specifically to get rid of diabetes or anything like that, that became very appealing to me too. But yeah, that was the final straw for me, was my diabetes. And so I'm glad I have stopped. If you've watched a previous video, you will know that my medications have been reduced drastically from about $600 a month down to approximately $64 a month. So that makes me very happy. It makes this whole process worth it. And I would do it all over again in a heartbeat if someone said, it's all undone, you have to do it again. So yeah, that was my final straw. Thank you very much, Losing It with Sarah, for your question, and Making McKenna Mini for your question. Sarah, I hope you're doing really great post-op. I haven't watched any videos lately. I am so far behind, but I am getting with it, and I'll be power watching videos for the next few days. So check out Losing It with Sarah. She had her surgery about 2 weeks ago, and I'm sure she could use all of this community's support. And check out Making McKenna Mini. She had her surgery, VSG, on August 25th, 2016. But hey, we could all use a little love. So their information will be down below, and I hope you guys do check them out. And I'm going to say, peace out, peeps.